Welcome. Here we are with another Tuesday home improvement review. I know sometime middle of last year we went over the financing options, but I think with the new rates and the new year and people setting goals, this is a perfect opportunity to review the things we talked about last year and go over the top three ways to finance a home improvement. And the first one always is a HELOC. You can take the equity, and we have lots of equity in our homes right now, to turn around and borrow from that in order to get the amount of money we need to do the home improvement. Be careful, make sure you consult with your lender because I know those rates of a HELOC are much higher than the rate of your current mortgage. So be careful of that, but it's definitely an option and the equity is definitely there. Another option, of course, is credit cards. You got to be very careful with those, but they do offer a lot of zero APR for 6 months, zero APR for 12 months. Those kinds of options where if you play your cards right and do the right things, you could really, cash in well and utilize that as an opportunity to build equity on your home by expanding on it and not paying the huge fees. But do be careful because if you let those zero APR periods expire, those rates can be 20, 25, 26%. Be careful, but it's also a good opportunity. And the last one the article talks about is cash. Of course, cash is king. You can pay for cash. Usually, you can negotiate with your contractors a little bit more if there's cash involved because they know that it's guaranteed and they're definitely going to get the money. So, cash is also another opportunity. Now, you can also stick that money into higher yield savings accounts. There's a few that are 5%, 4, 5, even sometimes 6%. CDs you got to be careful of because CDs, your money's stuck away for a very certain amount of time, but they definitely have some savings accounts now that you can put them away, keep it liquid, keep it flexible, yet still make a couple of bucks on it as well. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about two that the article does not talk about. One is that a lot of times contractors have financing, especially the bigger, more legitimate ones, not the ones that are like smaller and just doing it out of the back of their truck style. They do offer opportunities, but you have to have good credit and you have to go through their banks. There's a lot of pluses and minuses. Obviously, the contractors are motivated to get the deal done, so they're going to help you out as much as they can. But at the same time, sometimes those rates can be a little higher, especially if your credit is not good. And then the second one, of course, I always talk about is the IUL or even a front loaded whole life policy. There's a lot of details and ins and outs. Make sure you chat with one of our financial consultants regarding those. But you can basically turn yourself into a bank by funding those and then turn around and using the equity built through that and leveraging. I'm going to talk about two that the article doesn't talk about. One, of course, is the contractors, especially the bigger ones, often offer financing. So they, depending on your credit score, that's always a caveat. If you have good credit, they will often offer financing. The rates can fluctuate a little bit, but obviously those contractors are motivated to help you get those things done because they want to work. But at the same time, you got to be careful. But they do offer that quite frequently. And then the second one is ones usually that I use is funding through an IUL index life and or front-loaded whole life policy. Be sure you consult your financial advisor or one of our financial team members to think about those options as well and essentially turn yourself into the bank, to lending yourself the money. Not going to get too detailed into that, but it's an option as well. So as you get into the new year, and if home improvement is one of the things on your list, those are some of the financing options. To tap more, feel free to reach out to one of us and we can help consult. We can review the home itself and see if the equity is going to be there and if the value once you get done with the project makes sense for where you live. So there you go. Before you do that project, reach out. We feel free and let's all make 2024 our best year.